We all know Loki, the trickster god, the agent of chaos, the guy Asgard just couldn't seem to kick out. But while Loki caused plenty of headaches with bad haircuts and stolen hammers, his greatest contribution to Norse mythology wasn't a prank. It was his children. Specifically, the three monstrous children who weren't just rebellious teenagers, they were prophesied to be the literal end of the gods. Today, we're looking at Fenrir, Jörmungandr, and Hel, the brood that brought on Ragnarök. Let's dive in. So, Loki wasn't exactly Father of the Year. While he had some normal kids in Asgard, his most infamous affair was with the giantess Angrboda, who lived in the ironwood of Jotunheim. When these three kids were born, Odin the All-Father got a very bad feeling. The prophecy said these children would be the downfall of the Aesir gods. So, rather than try therapy or family counseling, Odin decided on a preemptive strike. He had the kids kidnapped and brought to Asgard so he could deal with them permanently. The first child Odin dealt with was Jörmungandr. At the time, he was just a venomous little snake. Odin, not wanting that in his throne room, literally just chucked him into the deep ocean surrounding Midgard, Earth. Problem solved. Hard no. The serpent didn't drown. It grew and grew until it was so massive that it encircled the entire world and bit its own tail, earning the title, the Midgard Serpent. He became the archenemy of Thor, the god of thunder. Their destiny is to kill each other at Ragnarök. Thor will smash the serpent's skull, taking 9 steps back before dying from Jörmungandr's venom. A tie game where nobody wins. Next up was the daughter, Hel. When the gods looked at her, they were horrified. She was a walking duality. One half of her body was that of a beautiful living woman. The other half was a rotting corpse. Some sources say blue and dead. Odin couldn't have her in sunny Asgard, so he cast her down into Niflheim, the deepest, coldest, darkest realm. But he didn't just imprison her. He gave her a job. He made her the ruler of the dead. Specifically, the inglorious dead. If you died bravely in battle, you went to Valhalla with Odin. If you died of old age, sickness, or an accident, you went to Hel. She rules a cheerless hall called Eljudnir, waiting for the day her father breaks free and leads her army of the dead against Asgard. And finally, we have the one that scared the gods the most. The wolf, Fenrir. At first, the gods actually kept him in Asgard. He was just a pup. But he grew at an alarming rate. Eventually, only Tyr, the god of war and justice, was brave enough to even feed him. The gods knew Fenrir was destined to kill Odin. They had to bind him. But how do you chain a beast that can break anything? They tried twice with massive iron chains, and Fenrir snapped them like twigs. So they commissioned the dwarves to make a magical ribbon called Gleipnir. It was made of impossible things: the sound of a cat's footfall, the beard of a woman, the roots of a mountain. It looked like silk, but was unbreakable. They challenged Fenrir to break it. Fenrir, smelling a trap, said, "Only if one of you puts your hand in my mouth as insurance." None of the gods stepped up, except Tyr. They bound the wolf. He couldn't break the ribbon. Realizing he'd been tricked, he bit off Tyr's hand. Fenrir remains bound, a sword propping his jaws open, drooling a river called Van, hope, waiting for the end of the world. And that's the tragic irony of Norse mythology. By trying so hard to prevent the prophecy, Odin and the Aesir actually ensured it would happen. They turned Loki's children into monsters with a grudge. When Ragnarök begins, Jörmungandr will poison the sky. Hel will bring her army of the dead, and Fenrir will break his chains and swallow Odin whole. They aren't just Loki's kids, they are the architects of the apocalypse. Which of Loki's children do you think got the rawest deal? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into Norse myth, hit that like button and subscribe for more godly deep dives. Until next time.